Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen in writing or any other way? No. What does claim to be a U.S. citizen mean? What does claim to be a U.S. citizen mean? To tell someone that you are a U.S. citizen. To tell someone that you are a U.S. citizen. Have you ever registered to vote or voted in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? No. Do you currently owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes in the United States? No. Since you became a lawful permanent resident, have you called yourself a non-resident alien on a federal, state, or local tax return, or decided not to file a tax return because you considered yourself to be a non-resident? No. What is a non-resident alien? What is a non-resident alien? A person who has not passed the green card test. A person who has not passed the green card test. What does file a tax return mean? What does file a tax return mean? To send tax paperwork to the government. To send tax paperwork to the government. Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with any communist or totalitarian party anywhere in the world? No. Tell me what the Communist Party is. Tell me what the Communist Party is. No freedom like Cuba or China. No freedom like Cuba or China. Have you ever advocated, supported, and promoted any opposition to all organized government? No. Have you ever been a member of or involved in world communism? No. Have you ever associated with any group anywhere in the world that advocated any of the establishment in the United States of a totalitarian dictatorship? No. Have you ever advocated, supported, and promoted any of the overthrow by force or violence or other unconstitutional means of the government of the United States or all forms of law? No. Have you ever advocated, supported, and promoted any of the unlawful assaulting or killing of any officer or officers of the government of the United States or of any other organized government because of their official character? No. What does unlawful assaulting mean? What does unlawful assaulting mean? To attack someone violently illegal. To attack someone violently illegal. Have you ever associated with any group anywhere in the world that advocated any of the unlawful damage, injury, or destruction of property? No. Have you ever advocated, supported, and promoted any sabotage? No. Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with, or have you ever provided money, a thing of value, services or labor, or any other assistance or support to a group that used a weapon or explosive with intent to harm another person or cause damage to property? Participated in kidnapping, assassination, or hijacking or sabotage of an airplane, ship, vehicle, or other mode of transportation. Threatened, attempted, tried, conspired, planned with others, prepared, planned, advocated for, or incited, encouraged others to commit any of the acts listed in item numbers 6A or 6B. No. What is a weapon? What is a weapon? An object such as a knife, gun, or bomb. An object such as a knife, gun, or bomb. What does kidnapping mean? What does kidnapping mean? To take a person away illegally by force. To take a person away illegally by force. Have you ever ordered, incited, called for, committed, assisted, helped with, or otherwise participated in torture? No. Do you understand the word torture? Do you understand the word torture? The act of causing great pain to someone. The act of causing great pain to someone. Have you ever ordered, incited, called for, committed, assisted, helped with, or otherwise participated in genocide? No. Have you ever ordered, incited, called for, committed, assisted, helped with, or otherwise participated in killing or trying to kill any person? No. Have you ever ordered, incited, called for, committed, assisted, helped with, or otherwise participated in intentionally and severely injuring or trying to injure any person? No. Have you ever participated in any kind of sexual contact or activity with any person who did not consent, did not agree, or was unable to consent, could not agree, or was being forced or threatened by you or by someone else? No. Have you ever ordered, incited, called for, committed, assisted, helped with, or otherwise participated in not letting someone practice their religion? No. What is religion? What is religion? The belief in and worship of a god or gods. The belief in and worship of a god or gods. Have you ever participated in causing harm or suffering to any person because of their race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion? No. Have you ever served in, been a member of, assisted, helped, or participated in any military or police unit? No. What is a military unit? What is a military unit? The official army for a country. The official army for a country. Have you ever served in, been a member of, assisted, helped, or participated in any armed group, a group that carries weapons? For example, paramilitary unit, a group of people who act like a military group but are not part of the official military. Self-defense unit, vigilante unit, rebel group, or guerrilla group. No. Have you ever worked, volunteered, or otherwise served in a place where people were detained, forced to stay, for example, a prison, jail, prison camp, a camp where prisoners of war or political prisoners are kept, detention facility or labor camp, or have you ever directed or participated in any other activity that involved detaining people? No. Were you ever a part of any group, or did you ever help any group, unit, or organization that used a weapon against any person, or threatened to do so? No. Do you understand what threaten means? Do you understand what threaten means? To tell someone that you will kill or hurt them. To tell someone that you will kill or hurt them. If you answered yes to item number 10A, when you were part of this group or when you helped this group, did you ever threaten another person that you would use a weapon against that person? No. Have you ever sold, provided, or transported weapons, or assisted any person in selling, providing, or transporting weapons which you knew or believed would be used against another person? No. Have you ever received any weapons training, paramilitary training, or other military type training? No. What is weapons training? What is weapons training? Learning how to use a gun. Learning how to use a gun. Have you ever recruited, asked, enlisted, signed up, conscripted, required to join, or used any person under 15 years of age to serve in or help an armed group, or attempted or worked with others to do so? No. Have you ever used any person under 15 years of age to take part in hostilities or attempted or worked with others to do so? Have you ever participated in combat or providing services related to combat, such as serving as a messenger or transporting supplies? No.
Have you ever committed, agreed to commit, asked someone else to commit, helped commit, or tried to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested?
No. What does commit mean? What does commit mean? To do something wrong or illegal. To do something wrong or illegal. What does to be arrested mean? What does to be arrested mean? To be handcuffed by the police. To be handcuffed by the police.
Have you ever been arrested, cited, detained or confined by any law enforcement officer, military official, in the U.S. or elsewhere, or immigration official for any reason, or been charged with a crime or offense?
What does to be cited mean? What does to be cited mean? To be given a ticket by the police. To be given a ticket by the police. What does to be confined mean? What does to be confined mean? To be kept in a place. To be kept in a place.
No. If you received a suspended sentence, were placed on probation, or were paroled, have you completed your suspended sentence, probation, or parole? No. Have you ever engaged in prostitution, attempted to procure or import prostitutes or persons for the purpose of prostitution, or received any proceeds or money from prostitution? No.
Do you know what procure means? Do you know what procure means? To find a prostitute for somebody. To find a prostitute for somebody. Please tell me what prostitute is. Please tell me what prostitute is. Someone who has sex for money. Someone who has sex for money. Have you ever manufactured, cultivated, produced, distributed, dispensed, sold, or smuggled, trafficked any controlled substances, illegal drugs, narcotics, or drug paraphernalia in violation of any law or regulation of a U.S. state, the United States, or a foreign country? No. What does smuggle mean? What does smuggle mean? To take things to a country illegally. To take things to a country illegally. What are illegal drugs or narcotics? What are illegal drugs or narcotics? Like heroin or cocaine. Like heroin or cocaine. Have you ever been married to more than one person at the same time? No. Have you ever married someone in order to obtain an immigration benefit?
No.
What is an immigration benefit? What is an immigration benefit? Things like a visa, green card, or citizenship. Things like a visa, green card, or citizenship. Have you ever helped anyone to enter or try to enter the United States illegally?
No.
Have you ever gambled illegally or received income from illegal gambling? No. Tell me what illegal gambling means. Tell me what illegal gambling means. To play a game for money is not allowed under the law. To play a game for money is not allowed under the law. Have you ever failed to support your dependents, pay child support, or to pay alimony, court-ordered financial support after divorce or separation? No. Have you ever made any misrepresentation to obtain any public benefit in the United States? No. How do you define misrepresentation? How do you define misrepresentation? The act of giving false information. The act of giving false information. What is a public benefit? What is a public benefit? Welfare, like food stamps, education, housing. Welfare, like food stamps, education, housing. Have you ever given any U.S. government officials any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading? No. What is fraudulent? What is fraudulent? To be dishonest or intending to deceive. To be dishonest or intending to deceive. What is misleading? What is misleading? Giving somebody the wrong idea. Giving somebody the wrong idea. Have you ever lied to any U.S. government officials to gain entry or admission into the United States or to gain immigration benefits while in the United States? No. Have you ever been placed in removal, rescission, or deportation proceedings? No. Have you ever been removed or deported from the United States? No. Are you a person born as a male who lived in the United States at any time between your 18th and 26th birthdays? Yes or no? If you answered yes to item number 22A, did you register for the Selective Service? No. If you answered yes to item number 22B, provide information about your registration. Have you ever left the United States to avoid being drafted in the U.S. Armed Forces? No. Have you ever applied for any kind of exemption from military service in the U.S. Armed Forces? No. Have you ever served in the U.S. Armed Forces? No. Are you currently a member of the U.S. Armed Forces? No. If you answered yes to item number 26A, are you scheduled to deploy outside the United States, including to a vessel within the next 3 months? No. If you answered yes to item number 26A, are you currently stationed outside the United States? Yes or no? If you answered no to item number 26A, are you a former U.S. military service member who is currently residing outside of the U.S.? Yes or no? Have you ever been court-martialed, or have you received a discharge characterized as other than honorable, bad conduct, or dishonorable while in the U.S. Armed Forces? Have you ever been court-martialed, or have you received a discharge characterized as other than honorable, bad conduct, or dishonorable while in the U.S. Armed Forces? No. Have you ever been discharged from training or service in the U.S. Armed Forces because you were an alien? No. Have you ever deserted from the U.S. Armed Forces? No. Do you now have, or did you ever have, a hereditary title or an order of nobility in any foreign country? No. If you answered yes to item number 30A, are you willing to give up any inherited titles or orders of nobility that you have in a foreign country at your naturalization ceremony? Yes. Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? Yes. What is the Constitution? What is the Constitution? It's the supreme law of the land. It's the supreme law of the land. Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? Yes. What is the oath of allegiance to the United States? What is the oath of allegiance to the United States? A promise to be loyal to the United States. A promise to be loyal to the United States. Are you unable to take the oath of allegiance because of a physical or developmental disability or mental impairment? No. Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States? Yes. If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services, do something that does not include fighting in a war in the U.S. Armed Forces? Yes. If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services, do something that does not include fighting in a war in the U.S. Armed Forces? Yes. If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction? Yes. What is work of national importance? What is work of national importance? Tasks that are important to a nation. Tasks that are important to a nation. What is a civilian direction? What is a civilian direction? A direction from a person who is not in the military. A direction from a person who is not in the military.